promotions. And let's be clear, if you say promotion singular, I think of promoting products or services, maybe getting a promotion at work, like Danton here. But if you say promotions plural, then I'm reminded of a time about 20 years ago when I worked at a video store in Mount Airy. It was my first day on the job. Maybe it was my second day, but first day I think makes for a better story, so I'll go with first day. And a lot of people may not remember video stores. There's some people who are pretty young. If you're younger than 20, you may never have been in one. What you do at a video store is you go there with your family, your friends, your neighbors, your kids, and you spend about 2 hours looking for something to watch, and you base that decision 100% on the picture on the box. And when you do that, you need someone to check this thing out, right? So you're going to come to me. It's my first day on the job. I'm training with Amber. She's going to tell me the ins and outs of the whole business, how we do this. She's the first assistant manager. That's the other thing I think people don't realize about retail establishments like video stores, movie theaters. They have more layers of management than any corporation I've ever worked for. And they do this, I didn't know at the time, I know now, because if everyone's profoundly underpaid, you have to have some way to reward people. So you give them a fancy title. So you may only make, a quarter more than the next person down the rung from you, but trust you have a much better title. So you normally have a manager who's also the owner. You have first assistant manager, who was Amber, second assistant manager, shift supervisor, 1, shift supervisor, 2, and then on down from there. There's only like 2 people who are just plain ass employees, right? You 20 people, 2 of them don't have titles. So that's me, right? Plain ass employee. And I'm standing there, Amber's training me on this register, Denise is on this register, Jenna's on the far register. And this young black man comes in, and he has this big duffel bag, and he says, "Hey y'all, we're in the neighborhood with some promotions." Now I have no idea what he means at all. My colleagues, however, and I'm still trying to figure out who do you mean by we, my colleagues are like, "Oh yeah, Brent, come on over. So he's got this big duffel bag, he unzips it, right? He's got like 15 or 20 items in it. And what are those items? Those items are if the dollar store and As Seen on TV were dating, and then they invited Five Below in for a threesome, that's those items. They're not dissimilar from these items. So I'm like, look, I'm cool, right? Like, I don't need the promotions, I'm cool. But my colleagues are like, oh yeah, let's see what you got. Looking through the whole thing. Dude's got bags, he's like totally legit. It's like the duffel bag equivalent of the watches on the trench coat. And they buy a handful of things, and I think even though his prices were so rock bottom, Jenna still had to borrow $5 from Denise to get like a sequin sticker that goes on the back of your Nokia flip phone. Right? And then dude rolls out, right? So that's what I think of when you say promotions. Now, whenever I think of the promotion story, there's another story I have to tell, which is probably an hour later. This middle-aged white woman comes in. She comes in, she looks at Jenna, young black woman, looks at Denise, young black woman, then she looks at Amber, happened to be another black woman, then she looks at me and she says, "Are you the manager?" Now, it happens occasionally. Don't let me go on Target with a maroon shirt. Someone will ask me, where are the mousetraps? I have that face, I guess. But usually when that happens, I'm in an aisle. I used to work at Target and I'm facing things just because I used to do it. So it's understandable. This was a little different. So she says to me, "Are you the manager?" And I say, actually, I think I laughed. It's like, I'm not the manager. It's my first day. Again, maybe it was my second, but we'll call it my first. And Amber is the first assistant manager. Denise is shift supervisor 2, and Jenna, she's chief of staff. Now, chief of staff sounds super impressive, right? It's actually like your first step into management. All you get to do is boss the simple-ass plain employees like me. So anyway, so I forget now even what she wanted, but when I told my wife, like, hey, I'm going to tell the promotion story because it's called Promotions of the Evening, but I feel like I have to tell the white lady story. I don't have a good title for it. I just call it the white lady story. When I tell the white lady story too, but I don't know how they connect. And my wife's like, well, it's pretty straightforward. You had a young black man and a middle-aged white woman, both in your neighborhood, offering up promotions. Thank you.